I'm Keep Going Kat, and this is a glute-focused leg day. First, we're going to get those glutes activated and firing with some lateral steps. So I'm taking 20 wide steps going one direction, really working against that band, pushing with every step, right into 15 bounce squats. So this is more of a pulse. I'm really focusing on squeezing and contracting my glutes in throughout. And then I'm pushing right into 20 more lateral steps going back the other direction. You're focusing on stepping out and pushing with the leg. So really work against that band. Make sure you feel your glutes working. Come all the way back up after every step. Moving on into some side leg raises. Here I'm using the X bands. I'm using their red band around just above my knees so I can really get my abductor firing. So I place my hand on the abductor, that side upper part of your glute, to make sure that I feel it engaging, and it also reminds me to focus on my mind to muscle connection. During glute workouts, half of it is making sure that your mind to muscle connection is working. It's very hard to get glutes firing, so this will make sure that you're really making them work. I drop that band down around my ankle, and now I'm working on a lateral step. This is a smaller motion, and I know it doesn't look like much, but this really gets my booty firing. I can really feel it working and burning. Continuing this booty warm up, I'm going into some squats with alternating kickbacks. So I'm doing 20 total, kicking and alternating the kick with every single rep. So 10 total on each side. I kick straight back like I'm kicking a box back with my foot, trying to feel the glute engage at the top of every kick. Then pushing right into gate swings, feet together, jumping out wide. These are also known as top squats. I'm doing 10 here just to keep those glutes firing and to get my heart rate up. Go back and repeat that entire sequence 3 times. Grab a box for some feet elevated glute bridges. So here I'm using the smallest plyo box available. I'm placing my feet up on that box and you're pressing up. This gives your glutes more range of motion, so they have more time to stretch going up and all the way back down. So when you put your feet up, your glutes have more time under tension. They're having to work harder than just doing a standard glute bridge on the ground. These really get my glutes firing. I make sure I pause and squeeze at the top of every rep. Flipping it over onto all fours. If you can see, I am pinning the band under my stationary leg and allowing the other leg to work on dirty dog. So this is very intense. They hurt so bad. I'm switching sides here and I'm going onto the other side because nobody wants a lopsided booty. You have to do both sides. So really work against that band. Pinning the band again, I'm doing kickover. So I'm kicking up and over like I'm kicking over a box or a bench, kicking up and over for 10 reps every side. Moving on to the compound portion of this workout, I'm starting with sumo squats. So I'm in a wide stance, toes pointed out, knees pointed out. Here, this puts more of the recruitment on your glutes opposed to the quads and hamstrings, but this is a compound movement, so you are going to feel some of it working in your hamstrings. I'm doing 4 sets of 8 reps of these. I'm dropping it as low as I possibly can, pausing and squeezing the glutes as hard as I can at the top of every rep. So really squeeze at the top of every single rep. Don't get sloppy. Make every single rep count. Moving on to the next portion of the workout, I'm doing hip thrusters. Here I'm doing 10 reps with a 3-second hold at the top of every rep. So I'm pressing up, squeezing and holding the glutes for about a 3-second pause for every single rep. So these I really take my time holding and squeezing, really making sure I'm feeling that blood flow through my cheeks. With booty workouts, it's all about the time under tension, really making it work, feeling the glutes work. Then I'm moving right into my sumo deadlift. So I'm doing 3 sets of 10 of this full sequence, 10 of the sumo deadlifts, and then I'm doing the active rest with the hip thrusters in between. So for these deadlifts, I'm taking a wide stance, toes out, knees out, deadlifting and then squeezing at the top. So you're hinging at the hips, bending forward, squeezing at the top, running that barbell along my shins, and then going right back into the 10 hip thrusters with the squeeze and hold. So this keeps my glutes working throughout the entire sequence. It's tough. I really feel the burn, but I push into that burning feeling so I can have that time under tension throughout. That is what you want. If you want to build your booty, it's not going to be fun. It's going to feel like hard work, and you want to feel those glutes working the entire time. Finishing up, I'm going to do some frog pumps. So here at the bottom of my feet are together. You get your heels as close to your bum as you can. Grab a dumbbell, put it on your pelvis, and push up and squeeze and pump. So here you can see my hips are never touching the ground throughout these 50 reps. These hurt like hell. There's no way to get around it. It's uncomfortable, and it's also a little bit of an awkward move, so I kind of find myself a spot in the corner, close my eyes, and just pump my little heart out until I can't take another rep. I throw that weight off, and then I continue with some body weight glute bridges just to really burn out those glutes. So I basically pumped my little heart out until I couldn't do another one, dropped the weight, and then continue with some glute bridges. Just to give those cheekies one last little burner, I'm moving into 3 sets of 20 high kickbacks on each leg. So here I'm dropped down on my forearms. I'm kicking back up at as high as you can, like I'm kicking a door shut. So I'm kicking with force at the top of every single rep. Repeating this for 3 sets of 20 on each side until your cheeks feel like they're gonna fall off. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do try this workout, comment "crushed it" on my Instagram. I would love to know how your workout went.